Hey, hey, humanity. Teresa Marie, traveling ambassador of Chi here. Had a great week. 5 different classes, a lot of great sharing of energy. And today I've spent most of the day out here with the butterflies, and I thought I would give you a Sunday garden update. It's kind of a sad, well, not sad, but it's the end of, oh, and I got to turn the camera around so you can see this monarch. We're in a transition. Hopefully you'll see this monarch I'm coming up on the marigolds. Just absolutely beautiful. There she is. So the marigolds have attracted butterflies and bees and lots of hummingbirds this year. So this patch has our strawberries, which we're getting ready to move. And now we have our autumn. Here's a queen table acorn squash, and on the other corner is my favorite butternut squash. And the berries are all done, and they are gradually starting to yellow and brown. You can see the blueberry leaves are starting to turn. All the blueberries up there in the front half of the fence. The elderberry did well this year. It grew in the corner over there, but it didn't really produce enough berries to do anything with it. All the berries are coming off the front fence, and only grapes will be on it next year. There's my marigolds that I've been drying out for about a week. There's the little huliculture that we started that's about half the size now, and you can see those heirloom tomatoes are dying out. They produced a bunch. Way in the distance there you can see my lemongrass is beginning to die out as well. I've harvested quite a bit of lemongrass this year. Here we have the butterfly bush and what's left of the tomatoes. And I just harvested the stevia, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. We've got some pepper plants that are real funkadelic. You can see inside the greenhouse. They're very tall and spindly. We probably should have pinched them early, but we didn't. And it's got a green pepper on it. And we have some pepper plants that are beginning to flower now, but it's pretty late in the year, so we know that this was not a good spot. The greenhouse really shaded the peppers. Of course, the sunflowers were cut down last week. We've got the last of our pickling cucumbers dying down below. We've got some indeterminate. You can see that these are still producing. I just produced or harvested all the red, and even though some of the leaves are dying out, they are still producing lots and lots of fruit. About every 3 days we come out. Even this plant that's looking yellow, it's still producing fruit. And then if you come in here, this is where it kind of starts looking sad. The watermelon was a major foul. It was a very weak plant, and we never got one single sweet baby melon. You can see the cantaloupe, the hails, is beginning to die out, but we still have a couple of melons coming on. And then inside the greenhouse, this is why it looks so bare, because I took all the pole beans down, so now we see sky. And we learned a hard lesson. We'll never do pole beans again. Next year, this greenhouse will just have one side watermelon and one side cantaloupe. But we still have tomatoes growing in here, and we have vigorous parsley down below, and still indeterminate tomatoes still coming on. So this area right in here, all the garden debris will get turned in just a little bit, and I will plant this out with our greens so that we can have kale and different lettuces growing in here all through the winter, which I'm super excited about. And then if you come out here, I'll show you what I harvested today. So today was stevia day. This is the stevia plant. And if you don't know what stevia is, it's a natural sweetener. It's 10 times sweeter than sugar. And early in the season, I would harvest leaves and I'd boil them. And then I would boil it down and I'd use that syrup to sweeten my coffee. And now I have some leaves drying inside the house in my pantry, and they didn't seem to dry real crispy, so now I've just cut these today, so I'm going to let them sit out here until they're fully dry, and then I'm going to tie them up and put them in our back storage room where it's cool and dark. Here's our beets. Now, a lot of them were immature. I learned that I planted them too shallowly, but we have enough tonight to roast with a sweet potato and some Brussels sprouts. And then I harvested the rest of my basil. I think I'll get another round of basil before the season's over, but this, you can see, I harvested it about a half hour ago, and it's already beginning to wilt. And I will take this inside, and we'll have really nice dried basil all winter long. So it's been a great day out in Mother Nature, and a really good reset. And I'm getting ready to put out a poll. I have been off my phone almost the whole day, and I am gearing up to challenge myself regarding the blue screen. So be looking ahead. Pretty soon a poll will go out, and I'll let you know what the challenge is, and maybe together we can help each other become a little more human and get off the blue screen a little bit more for the month of September. So I hope you have an incredibly great Sunday, resting and rejuvenating and enjoying those you love. I have been blessed. My husband really wanted to kind of be introverted today, and he's been real quiet inside the house, and it's a beautiful thing when, even 4 years ago, if I wasn't doing something with him, he didn't like that, and now it's so amazing. I used to try to be a people pleaser, a Roger pleaser, right? And do everything that he wanted to do. And that of course, made me feel very repressed. And I finally just said, nope, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I have to be who I am. And then we had to separate for a while because that didn't jive real well in our worlds. And then when I came back 17 months later, we are a different couple. And what an incredible witness to the manifestation of our prayers this morning when I said, so what kind of plan do you have for your day off? And he said, I don't know. I'm waiting for God to tell me. And until then, I'm just going to sit here in peace. And of course, I feigned like I was falling backwards and leaned up against the cupboard and held my chest and said, oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to you, like Sanford and Son, which is kind of a personal joke that we have, because lo and behold, he was actually talking about being still and quiet and listening, and that is music to our Creator's ears when we want to take the time to be quiet enough to hear his voice. That's my purpose here on the planet, is to help people get still and quiet again. So I hope you had some time to do that, and I hope you'll continue to do that with the balance of your spectacular Sunday. And until next time, I pray for your greatest health, your most vibrant energy, and, of course, peace. Till next time.